welcome to Smaulgld's update on Kazakhstan's gold reserves for the month of November. Kazakhstan added 100,000 ounces of gold, or 3.11 tons of gold to reserves in November. We are focused on Kazakhstan, world, over three central banks in the world that are actually adding gold to reserves. The other two are China, and the number one country that is adding the most gold is Russia. All three countries are adding gold from their domestic supply, which means as they exchange their local currencies for domestically produced gold, that there's less gold for the rest of the world. However, the other central banks in the world are not adding gold. The United States hasn't audited or added gold to its reserves in 70 years. Germany is repatriating its gold, but hasn't added any gold. Same for the Netherlands, Belgium, Austria. England and Switzerland have sold off a good portion of their gold in the 21st century, and Canada has no gold. So I'm focused on Kazakhstan because it is indeed one of the central banks that adds gold, it seems, each and every month. And we started tracking it a couple of months back, and we will continue to build the database of Kazakhstan's gold reserve. So they added 3.11 tons, or 100,000 ounces of gold to reserves in November, and they now have 254.73, almost 255 tons of gold at the end of November. And their gold reserves now rank 21st in the world. We'll see a chart down below of where they rank. Now, their gold reserves, as you can see, they've added over about 33 tons of gold since January this year, which is the equivalent of about 1.1, 1.2 million ounces. Now, if you remember from our 2016 U.S. Mint report, the U.S. Mint sold in a very good year, best year since 2010, including all U.S. Gold Eagles, American Gold Eagles, 1/10 ounce, quarter ounce, half ounce, and 1 ounce, and all 1 ounce American Gold Buffalo sold. They only sold 1.4 million. So when I say little Kazakhstan, I mean little in terms of economic size and might. It's a very large country, but little Kazakhstan is adding as much gold to reserves as the entire U.S. Mint sells. So it is significant, and that's why we cover it. Now, it's a feature each and every month. If you're not a Smaulgld subscriber, you can sign up by going to smaulgld.com. You'll get the updates when and as they come out. Just fill in your email address. Also, if you're interested in supporting Smaulgld and the work that we do, you can donate via PayPal or via Bitcoin. Both ways are on the site. You can do it through the site, or you can also click on the links or find the Bitcoin address right below this YouTube channel. Or right below this YouTube. Well, actually, all of the YouTubes do have the donation information on them, and they also have the links to purchase gold and silver through the Smaulgld affiliated gold and silver bullion dealers. If you do buy, and I appreciate those who are remembering to buy their gold and silver through the Smaulgld affiliates, because you pay no more no less than if you visited those sites directly. Again, it's not a recommendation to buy or sell gold, but if you are interested in buying or sell gold or silver, buying gold or silver, please do so through the Smaulgld site. I do get a small commission. Now let's see where Kazakhstan ranks compared to other countries. So here's your chart. So they're now 21st, and they've moved up quite a bit because basically all the other countries are standing still. So they're now 21st, so they're in the third tier of countries. If you click on the link here, you can go to top gold holding nations. I have the top 40 updated all the time. A lot of people complain you can't trust the numbers. Well, I'm not saying I trust the numbers, but what else am I going to report on? I can't make up numbers. I can't estimate numbers, so I report what the central banks say that they have. Now, in order for Kazakhstan to get themselves into the top 20, they have to get up to 280.1 tons, and that would put them past Austria. So at the current rate, they might do that sometime in 2017, assuming that Austria doesn't buy any gold or add any gold to the reserves, and they haven't been doing so for the past for the longest time. So I don't expect that any of the Western central banks will be adding gold. So you'll just see Russia, China, and Kazakhstan moving up in the gold reserve tables. Now, as Kazakhstan's foreign reserves, they've been going down. And it's the same thing that happened with China. China's foreign reserves had been going down for a while, and they were still adding gold. Last month, China, in November, China did not add any gold. People's Bank of China, I get this all the time. People complain that China's lying. People Bank of China's lying about how much gold they have. Maybe, but the point is the People's Bank of China is not where all the gold in China is. It should be self-evident that, of course, there's other gold in China. It just doesn't all end up at the People's Bank of China. It goes to other state-owned entities like other state-owned banks. It goes to other individuals, corporations, state-owned investment funds that buy gold on the Shanghai Gold Exchange. There's so much gold in China, of course, but it isn't all on the People's Bank of China's balance sheet. And they've been selling off reserves. They've sold $300 billion worth of reserves in the past 6 months or a year. So for them to be adding any gold is still a pretty remarkable feat. Same with Kazakhstan. Their farm reserves are down from September. They were 31.23 billion. At the end of November, they were 29.563 billion. So as they lower their reserves, they're still adding gold. And of course, as they add gold and the price drops, that also means that gold the value of the gold goes down, which means that the value of the overall reserves goes down. But still, Kazakhstan has 33% of its foreign reserves in gold. China only has 2%. Russia has 15%. What I wanted to show you as we're going to the gold reserves by country. So there's your top 10. You got the United States all the way through to India at 558. But here's the top. Well, there's your Chinese gold production. That's my point. China produces 450 tons a year. The People's Bank of China has less than 2,000 tons in reserves, which means they're not even buying up all of their and adding to their balance sheet all of the domestic mining production, because this domestic mining production in just a few years would equal all the gold that they have on the People's Bank of China's balance sheet. But anyway, we'll use that, save that for another day. There's your top 11 to 20. You can see Austria there at 280, Spain, Lebanon, United Kingdom. This is tragic. United Kingdom used to be in the top 10. It sold off in the early 2000s with Gordon Brown. I think it was the finance minister, later became the prime minister. It was called Brown's Bottom when he sold gold in the early 2000s, but they are now no longer a top 10 gold holding nation. Saudi Arabia's got more. Portugal, Taiwan, Turkey, ECB, and India all have more. And I've updated. You can come down here. You can see Kazakhstan now moving up into 21st place. They have moved up a few notches in 2016. They've passed the Philippines, Belgium, and now they are in 21st place. Back to Kazakhstan. There's something wrong with this. There you go. The machine here. I think that's all we got on Kazakhstan. Again, thank you very much for listening. You can donate via Bitcoin. Yeah, we will be producing the Chinese gold reserves probably sometime later this week. We'll see if they've gone 2 months in a row without adding any gold to the reserves. We will be trying to get the Perth Mint. We'll probably have the Perth Mint gold and silver 2016 numbers up later this week. Canadian Mint, we're waiting on third quarter 2016 numbers, which they say will come out in February. So don't hold your breath for the year-end numbers till sometime in March. And then we will do we have the America the Beautiful numbers. We haven't posted those yet. So a lot to look forward to. So subscribe to this channel and we will keep you up to date on what's going on in gold and silver. Thank you.